Hello everyone, it's Kieran with Thrifted Living, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I'm going to be working on a project that I've been wanting to work on for a while. And for today's project, I'm going to be working on adding labels to these Dollar Tree bins that are behind me here in my craft room. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you know I've been working on this crafting space, and it's definitely coming together. It sort of has been on the back burner for a while just because I've been so busy with school. So I've been working on this space for a while. I worked on it a lot over the spring and summer, and just because I've been back to school and I've been so busy, I haven't really spent a lot of time working on this space. I have been using this space as my classroom on Wednesdays. We teach from home on Wednesdays, so it has been getting used. I just haven't really had a lot of time for crafting. So I thought it could be fun to sort of work on adding some labels to these bins right behind me. I found these food storage containers at Dollar Tree quite a while ago, and they were the perfect size for this bookshelf. So I decided to buy several of them and use it to organize many of my crafting supplies. As you can see, I have so many crafting supplies here right now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Cricut Joy machine, and I am going to go through and add labels to these bins, and it's not going to be anything really fancy. I just really want to start getting the labels on these just so I know exactly what's in them. Obviously they're clear so I can pretty much see what's in them, but I just think it will look really nice to have everything labeled and organized. Full disclosure, I have been working with Cricut over the past several months, and I've been doing sponsored content with the Cricut brand, but this is not a sponsored video. I just really love using the Cricut Joy, and I think it'll make labeling these bins so much easier. And what I like about using the Cricut for a project like this is that all of the labels will look exactly the same, and you know, it'll be the same font, the same size. I think it's going to be really fun and really pretty. So let me show you a before and then we'll get to work. That bookshelf over there needs to be a little organized. As you can see, those bottom three shelves are a little messy, but those two shelves really aren't too bad. So this space will be the main project for the day, and I'm just going to go through and work on creating labels for the bins that I have products in right now. As you can see, I don't have any products in those bins, so I won't be creating labels for those. For this project, I'm going to be using the Cricut Joy machine. I will also be using the Cricut design space to help me go through and create the words that I'm going to put on the labels. So Cricut Joy, the design space, and then I'm going to be using this removable smart vinyl in gold. And if you're new to my channel and haven't seen the rest of my craft room series, I will make sure to link that above, and I will also link above the other craft room series that I have as well from our previous home. So yes, let's get to work on this space. Hello again, everyone. So it is probably about a week after I started filming this video, and it's much earlier in the day than it was when I first started filming, but I wanted to share with you what I was able to get done in the craft room, and to be quite honest, it wasn't a whole lot. I started this project last Sunday, and I wanted to share with you what I was able to do last week. So I went through and I started adding some of the labels using the Cricut Joy. Let me see if I can show you a little closer. So I chose a gold vinyl just because I like the way it looks, and I chose to use the font 4 Seasons from the Cricut Design Space, and I really love using this font. It almost has a Ray Dunn kind of feel to me, if that makes sense. It doesn't seem to pick up really well on the camera, but in person you can definitely tell what it says on the shelf. And I don't know if it's not picking up well on the camera because of the reflection of the plastic, but definitely when they're in here on the shelf, I can certainly see what they say. And I just liked this. I just like the way it looks. It's just a very simple look for in the craft room. And this space is on the smaller side, so I just don't want to make it too busy, you know, with like different types of, with more like elaborate colors or fonts. I just want it really simple and like a classic kind of look. It didn't really take too long. I think probably the longest part is just peeling it, you know, and just making sure that all of the pieces are on correctly. Since it's not an attached font, like a cursive font, it is a little more complicated to take it out. And I know you guys gave me so many tips last time when I was working with my Cricut Joy about using the transfer tape, and that has definitely helped, but I still seem to be struggling with it a little bit. I seem to have a hard time getting the letters to, when I put the transfer tape on top of the project, I have a hard time then peeling it off and getting the letters off. So I know it's just something I need to practice. Something else that you guys shared with me in one of my previous Cricut videos is that you can reuse the transfer tape, which is really helpful, just so you don't have to waste it if you don't need to. All right, so I wasn't able to finish the entire bookshelf of bins today, but I was able to finish a little over 20 of them, and I really love how they turned out. I think they look very organized and very simple, but I think, you know, the labeling is just perfect for these bins. They're not very big, and I didn't want the labels to be too big on them. I really love how the gold looks. Like I said earlier, it might have been easier to see the labels if I had used a different color, and for some reason I think that it doesn't really show up as well on the video as it does in person. It's just sort of, it's kind of hard to see, I guess, a little bit on the video, but I think it looks really nice. I was able to finish all of the bins on this shelf, and then I was able to finish about half of the bins on the shelf above it. So it will take some time, and I don't mind working on it. It's an easy project to do. I think probably the hardest part is getting the letters onto the bins themselves. I've just been having a hard time with the tape, the transfer tape. When I put the transfer tape on the vinyl, for some reason it really doesn't pick it up well, and that's even when it's like a brand new piece of transfer tape. It just really doesn't seem to want to attach to the vinyl. Maybe it's because it's not like a connected piece, it's not like a cursive font, so maybe it's a little easier when you have a font that's sort of that's already attached. So I don't know, I am fairly happy with how it looks, and I think it's going to really organize this space more, just in terms of being able to see exactly what everything is. And obviously these are clear so you can see through them, but I just really like how it looks all labeled, and really neat and organized. So I still have several more to do, but I know I will be able to get them done. But I was able to tackle at least part of it today, so I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far. And that's it for today's craft room video. I hope you enjoyed seeing the process of how I am organizing these bins using my Cricut Joy machine. I absolutely love these Shore Fresh containers that I found at Dollar Tree. I think they're really great for organizing in this space, and I think they're just like the perfect size for this bookshelf. So I'm really happy to be able to organize with them, and I'm so happy to be using my Cricut Joy to create these labels. I just think it makes it look really organized and neat, and I just love how it's turning out so far. I will definitely be doing more videos where I can share with you more of the process of organizing this space and organizing with these bins. I was just looking up because I have a whole cabinet above the craft room desk that I need to organize, so it's a process. It's fun. I really do enjoy doing it. I usually just play something on YouTube. I just sort of listen to a TV show or, you know, a documentary while I'm working. Please check out my blog at thriftedlivingblog.com. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at thriftedliving. And if you don't have an Instagram but would like to stay up to date with what I'm doing, you can follow me on Facebook at Thrifted Living page. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!